Quinn Slazinski. Number 1 is good to tie the game at 22. He had 15 points in the first game against Cincinnati, only 7 in the second game on Saturday. For the lead, second foul shot good. The Mountaineers back in front, 23-22. 6:13 left in the half. Day Thomas slowly dribbles past center court with 6:07 left in the half. Lukosius outside the arc left, dribbles to the top of the circle, one-hand pass for Skillings. Dan near the free throw line, and he got bumped by Kobe Johnson, who picks up foul number 6 for West Virginia.
Just keep attacking, keep chipping away, and get to the free throw line.
Josiah Harris, 6'7", 215, returns for West Virginia. And Jesse Edwards at 6'11" comes back in. A cook, and Quinn Slazinski exit. Cincinnati has the ball down by 1. 5:58 left in the half. Lukosius near the top of the circle, floats it under the basket. Bad pass intercepted by West Virginia. Raekwon Battle swerving into the front court. Throws it out towards center court in Kobe Johnson. West Virginia spreads out offensively. Edwards set to screen. Kobe Johnson feeds it to Battle. Three-point shot. No good. Long rebound. Chased down by Dan Skillings in front of the Cincinnati bench. He'll dribble up the floor for UC. Skillings driving toward the low block. Now throws it up top for Day Thomas. Day hesitation dribble. Crossover dribble. 2-point jump shot in.
In his bag today. Being aggressive offensively.
10-point first half for Day, and the Bearcats are back in front, 24-23. Kerr Kriisa lobs it under the hoop, leaping catch by Edwards, and another foul called on Jameel Reynolds. Nope, they call it on Dan Skillings.
Yeah, that helps Jameel out.
First personal on Dan, 6th team foul on Cincinnati, and it'll not be a shooting foul. Bandego coming back in. Reynolds will head to the bench. And the Bearcats have their starting 5 back on the floor. Well, not for very long. Jizzle James will come back in. And Simas Lukosius will exit.
So between Simas's bad passes and Jizzle James' bad shooting, one out for another.
Kriisa inbounds in the corner for Battle. Quick trigger 3, and he puts it in. One thing Raekwon Battle is not going to do very often is pass.
That's right.
He averages an assist every 46 minutes. But he can score. He's got 10 points in the first half. West Virginia in front, 25-24. Day Thomas for 3. He makes another one. His 3rd of the first half. He's got 13 points, and the Bearcats are up by 2.
Right back at you. Ain't cheating. Get your money back.
Day Thomas, a 20% three-point shooter in Big 12 play. Now Kerr Kriisa cuts back door, gets behind Day Thomas, catches a bounce pass, and lays it in.
Day has been tracking him, trying to anticipate that handoff to try to punch it out of there.
27-all is the score, 4:18 left in the half. Day Thomas thought about another three-point attempt, didn't shoot it. Jizzle James has it. He's near the free throw line. 2-point jumper, and he makes it.
Much easier when he's in a flow, going to his left, pulling up at the free throw line area.
29-27, Cincinnati, 4 minutes left in the first half. Kobe Johnson to Jesse Edwards between the circles. Big man hands it off for Kobe Johnson. Throws an alley-oop. Edwards misses the dunk, but got fouled by John Newman.
Quarters and washers coming off the top where that camera is up top. Second foul on Newman. But when he pulled on that rim, stuff was falling down, which can be a hazard. Now you don't know. You have to bring the ladder out here to see if that thing is going to fall.
2 officials are staring up at the TV camera that is mounted above the rim, making sure that it's still safely affixed. And it may result in a delay of play. In any case, we've reached the under 4-minute media timeout. 3:53 remaining in the half. Cincinnati nursing a 2-point lead, 29-27. And you're listening to the Big 12 Tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota, like the family-size Highlander. Now through April 1st, get a new 24 Highlander with 4.75 APR financing, or 5.75 on an electrified Highlander hybrid, or get up to $1,000 APR cash on the new Grand Highlander, depending on model, when financed with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places.
With a constantly changing landscape of technology, it's important to stay ahead of the game. Have access to the latest technology services by leveraging Encore Technologies for managed services, professional services, and support. Encore provides a range of services including data center, cloud, network, and collaboration solutions, all accessible through our 24/7 service desk and operations center. Encore Technologies can simplify your technology solutions and keep your organization fully operational in any scenario. Visit Encore.tech to find out more.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese.
Lunch is ready.
He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
You're listening to News Radio 700 WLW.
Dan and Terry back in Kansas City. Don Free is our courtside engineer. Austin Elmore running the show from our studios in Kenwood. And the Bearcats on top of West Virginia, 29-27, 3:53 left in the half. The officials kept staring up at that camera mounted above the backboard, but never called on anybody to come out and check on it, so it looks like action will continue. I imagine once we hit the half, they might climb that ladder again and make sure everything's okay.
That's correct, but the baseline official is the one who's going to be a little nervous. He's the one running back and forth on the baseline. The other two officials are out of the play. If that thing falls down and hits a player, you know the kind of problems that we'll have here? Even if it doesn't hit a player, if it falls, just the optics of it when they had a chance to stop play and get that thing fixed.
Josh Reed back into the game during the timeout for UC, as is Simas Lukosius. The Bearcats also have Bandego, Skillings, and James on the floor. Jesse Edwards at the free throw line to shoot 2 for West Virginia. He broke his wrist in December, and his free throw shooting went down the tubes after that. First shot here is no good. Before the injury, he made 67%. Since the injury, 43%.
Hackett Edwards?
If need be. Second foul shot, also no good. Rebounded in the middle of the paint by Simas Lukosius. Cincinnati's ball up by 2, 29-27, 3:45 left in the half. Jizzle James dribbling on the center court logo. Waits for Bandego to come out and set a screen. Jizzle guns a pass to Reed for a wide-open 3. Missed it. Rebounded on the weak side by Kobe Johnson of the Mountaineers. Dribbles past center court. Guarded by Skillings. Now Kobe Johnson driving to the low block. Throws it up top for Harris. Now Kirk Kriisa comes out and grabs the ball. Here's Raekwon Battle, who has 10 points in the first half. Back to Kriisa with 12 to shoot. Edwards defended by Bandego. He's backing his way into the paint. Over-the-shoulder pass. Shot from the right corner. Thrown in by Harris.
There's no need for Simas Lukosius to totally leave his man, turn his back to him, and then try to hustle back.
That was a 3-point basket for Harris that gives West Virginia a 1-point lead. Skillings for 3, and he makes it from way downtown.
They've had some get back for every 3 that West Virginia had lately.
Cincinnati leads by 2, 32-30. Skillings with 5 points in the half. Here's Harris, who just made the 3. Just outside the 3-point line, defended tightly by Lukosius. Pitches it backward for Kriisa. Now battle between the circles. Off balance 3. Got it.
Oh, he is feeling it today.
He can really shoot. He's had as many as 32 points in a college game. 33-32, West Virginia up by 1. 2:17 remaining in the half. Jizzle James passes for Bandego inside the 3-point line near the top of the circle. Now Skillings, 2-point jump shot, no good. Rebounded by Harris. West Virginia's ball up by 1, 2:03 left in the half. Kriisa in the front court. Passes in the lane, off the hand of Edwards, intercepted by Skillings. Cincinnati's ball. Lukosius running into the front court. Passes into the corner. 3-point shot by Reed.
Wow.
Air ball. Rebounded by Bandego. Lost control of the ball. Saves it in off a West Virginia player. It'll be Cincinnati's ball with 1:45 left in the half.
He rode him like he had a saddle on his back all the way to the corner. pushed him into the West Virginia bench.
Day Thomas is going to check in. Josh Reed, who is 0 for 3 from outside the arc, comes out. 1:45 left in the half. Cincinnati down by a point, 33-32. Lukosius will throw it in from the sideline next to the West Virginia bench. Out towards center court and Day Thomas. Day who's had a big half, dribbling outside the arc left. Waits for a pick from Bandego, drives to the free throw line, puts up a left-handed shot from 15 feet. No good. Rebounded by Skillings, attacks the bucket, and draws a 2-shot foul.
A left-hand shot by Day. It's risky in a tournament situation. You know, he has a career-high 3 threes. He had 3 threes in the previous game not the previous game, but earlier this year versus West Virginia. He was 3 of 8 in that game. But I wouldn't see a left-hand fadeaway shot in the paint. That's not what I want from him.
Skillings comes up way short on his first foul shot, and the Bearcats are still down by 1:32 left in the half. That last foul was on Battle, his second, and he's going to come out of the game with 1:32 left in the half. If Cincinnati could circle somebody to come out,
right,
he would be it with 13 points in the first half. Skilling's second foul shot is up. He makes it, and we're tied at 33. 1:32 left in the half. 6 in the first half for Skillings. Reed back in for defense. Jizzle James will come out. 92 seconds left in the half. Kobe Johnson begins dribbling up the floor. Goes by Skillings on the dribble. Now they try to trap him at center court. Gets it to Slazinski. Open 3 from the left corner, and it is good.
He decides to leave him open in the corner.
3 threes in the first half for Quinn Slazinski. West Virginia is a team making 60% from outside the arc and leading by 3. Day Thomas has it for Cincinnati. Throws an alley-oop. Tip no good by Bandego. Thought he was fouled. No whistle. West Virginia's ball. Slazinski with 58 seconds left in the half. Passes to center court and Kirk Kriisa. Simas Lukosius on him. Kriisa motions for somebody to set a screen. Edwards does. Now they pass it to the right side, and Harris runs, puts up a shot. It's no good. One-hand rebound. Day Thomas dribbles the other way. Throws it ahead for Skillings. Had the ball knocked away by Kirk Kriisa. And West Virginia has the ball with 33 seconds left in the half. The Mountaineers have a 3-point lead, and their interim head coach, Josh Eilert, calls a timeout. 30 seconds left in the half. 23 seconds left on the shot clock.
And Wes Miller's explaining to the official, when we throw a lob play, they're bumping into our big that's going for the lob, and you're not calling it. And the official's just looking at him like he's speaking a foreign language.
30-second timeout, allowing Josh Eilert to draw up a play. Bearcats led by 7 early, but they're down by 3. One team making its 3-point shots, West Virginia at 60%, the other missing. The Bearcats at 27.8%.
Well, you do a half-court trap, and all of the defenders for the Bearcats, other than the 2 trappers, you're supposed to have 2 trappers, 2 anticipators, and 1 protector. Well, all the other 3 were sitting in the paint. They throw the ball to the corner, and there was nobody there. Aziz Bango tried to track out from the middle of the paint to block the shot. That shot goes in, but bad shots, air balls, and the like are just costing the Bearcats.
West Virginia inbounds. We have 28 seconds left in the half. Again, a 7-second difference between the clocks. Kriisa dribbling way outside the 3-point line. Driving on Day Thomas. Throws it under the rim, or above the rim, rather. It's dunked in by Edwards, and he's fouled by Bandego. That was extremely well done out of the timeout by West Virginia.
Yes, it was. And now you're seeing what it feels like to not get calls for the Bearcats. It seemed like every call went their way 4 days ago. How will they respond now?
Foul on Bandego, his second, so he has 2. Reynolds has 2. Edwards at the line to try for the 3-point play. His foul shot is up, and he misses again. Rebound goes to Skillings, winning a battle with Josiah Harris. Cincinnati can play for the final shot. 10 seconds left in the half. The Cats down by 5 against West Virginia. 5 seconds left in the half. Thomas driving toward the right wing. Picked up on a switch. Shoots a three-point shot. Makes it as the buzzer sounds. Day Thomas with 4 threes in the first half. His season high. And allows Cincinnati to go to the locker room down by 2.
The Bearcats are 5-7 when trailing at the half. 9-25 under Wes Miller when trailing at the half. They're going to have to tighten some things up, mostly their transition defense, the shots that they're taking. Yes, Day is hot, so you want to ride him a little bit, but Josh Reed has airballed 3 threes that he's taken. They have not got good quality looks other than the creativity from Day Thomas knocking down threes, and John Newman is nowhere to be found.
West Virginia made 10 of its last 13 shots in the first half.
Well, you got to get tighter defense. You got to take them away. You have to tell the defense what you want them to do. You can't let the offense dictate what they want to do. Defense determines what you can have. You can have shots over here, but only from these players. And they have to do that. They have to establish identity.
And of that stretch of making 10 of their last 13, 5 of those shots were threes for the West Virginia Mountaineers. As a result, West Virginia, trying to upset Cincinnati today, has a 2-point halftime lead, 38-36. We invite you to stay tuned for the R&L Carriers halftime report. It's presented by R&L Carriers, partner with a family-owned LTL provider at RLC.com. West Virginia by 2 at the half on News Radio 700 WLW.
Do you worry about your basement leaking every time it rains? Well, get it fixed permanently. Hey, Gary Sullivan here. Call EverDry Waterproofing today and stop worrying about your basement and start using it. Call EverDry Waterproofing for a free basement inspection today.
Looking to earn more with your checking account? Kemba has the answer. Get Green Checking pays you up to $45 a month. It's as simple as using your debit card, viewing e-statements, and logging into online or mobile banking. Open your account today and earn up to $45 a month with Kemba. For details and qualifications, visit Kemba.com. That's KEMBA.com. APY equals annual percentage yield. Monthly example based on earning 4% APY on a daily balance of $15,000 throughout a 28-day qualification cycle and meeting all qualifications. Rate subject to change. Insured by NCUA.
Honda drivers, if you want to keep your Honda a Honda, only service your Honda with the experts at your local Honda dealer. They use genuine Honda parts and factory certified technicians to service all Hondas, keeping your Honda a Honda. Don't trust your investment to anyone else. Only service with genuine Honda parts and factory certified technicians to make sure your Honda stays 100% Honda. When you need service for your Honda, search your local Honda dealer.
Take a delicious break with a Donato's cauliflower crust pizza. Create your own or get any signature pizza on cauliflower crust. Now get $3 off any order of $15 or more using promo code PIZZA. Order now at Donatos.com.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
I'm Sean Gallagher with the UC Halftime Report. 1 week from today is Ohio's primary, and the biggest race on the statewide ballot is the U.S. Senate Republican primary, with State Senator Matt Dolan, businessman Bernie Moreno, and Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose vying for the party's nomination and face Democratic incumbent Sherrod Brown in November. On Monday, Governor Mike DeWine announcing his endorsement for Dolan, who also has the backing of former Ohio U.S. Senator Rob Portman. A recent poll showed Moreno leading Dolan by 2 points. Moreno with endorsements from Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost and former President Trump. A House Republican announcing today that he's leaving Congress.
Republican Congressman Ken Buck has decided that he will be leaving the House very soon, in just a matter of days. In fact, next week. This is a sudden move by the congressman. And honestly, we have seen a lot of more moderate Republicans, even more moderate Democrats, people that typically reach across the aisle, make these decisions in the last year to sort of leave Congress altogether.
ABC News' Rachel Scott. Renovations coming ahead of the Cincinnati Open later this year.
The seats at center court at the Lindner Family Tennis Center in Mason are being replaced, and now BMOC Sports and Entertainment announcing a couple of new areas for hospitality. A redesign of the top deck at center court, and over at the grandstand court, new suites. Those new areas to be ready for the 2024 tournament this coming August 11th through the 19th. Additional practice courts also among the improvements. Artist renderings at 700 WLW's X account. I'm Matt Reese.
NFL free agency news, the Bengals trading running back Joe Mixon to the Texans after it was originally reported Monday night that he would be released. With Mixon being dealt, the Bengals signing former Colts running back Zach Moss. And the Bengals today signing former Patriots tight end Mike Gesicki to a one-year deal. Your latest forecast, partly cloudy tonight, the low dropping to 43, mostly sunny Wednesday and warm, a high of 72. Mostly cloudy with a chance of showers and storms Thursday, a high of 73. Showers and storms Thursday night continuing into Friday. With the UC Halftime Report, I'm Sean Gallagher.
UC teams and traditions are legendary. Our team at Strategic Wealth Designers are proud to be a partner of Bearcat Athletics. What an honor to be working together. When you're ready to discuss your financial future, call the team the Bearcats trust. We look forward to creating your winning strategy for retirement. Visit us at swdgroup.com today. And go Bearcats!
Looking to earn more with your checking account? Kemba has the answer. Get Green Checking pays you up to $45 a month. It's as simple as using your debit card, viewing e-statements, and logging into online or mobile banking. Open your account today and earn up to $45 a month with Kemba. For details and qualifications, visit Kemba.com. That's KEMBA.com. APY equals annual percentage yield. Monthly example based on earning 4% APY on a daily balance of $15,000 throughout a 28-day qualification cycle and meeting all qualifications. Rate subject to change. Insured by NCUA.
Take a delicious break with a Donato's cauliflower crust pizza. Create your own or get any signature pizza on cauliflower crust. Now get $3 off any order of $15 or more using promo code PIZZA. Order now at Donatos.com.
Now you can terminate your loan or lease early regardless of make or model with the Loan and Lease Termination Program at Kelsey Chevrolet. Escape excessive mileage and remaining payments and get a new Chevrolet for as little as $0 down. Together, let's drive at KelseyChev.com.
For three, he switches it.
This is the R&L Carriers Halftime Report. Brought to you in part by R&L Carriers. Partner with a family-owned LTL provider at RLC.com. This is UC Basketball from Learfield.
It is halftime here in Kansas City, Missouri, and the UC Bearcats trail the West Virginia Mountaineers by a basket 38-36. Let's take a look at the college basketball scoreboard. Earlier today here in the Big 12 tournament, UCF won the opening game of this event, defeating Oklahoma State 77-62. The Knights will take on BYU tomorrow in round 2. In the ACC, Notre Dame has a 5-point lead over Georgia Tech, 74-69, 7 minutes left in that game. In the A-10 today, Fordham defeated Davidson in overtime, 71-63. And right now, George Washington and LaSalle are tied at 36 with 11 minutes and 25 seconds to go. 5 automatic bids to the NCAA tournament will be determined later tonight. In the Coastal Athletic Association, it'll be Stony Brook versus Charleston. Pat Kelsey's team, 26-7. That's Charleston so far this season. In the Horizon, it'll be Milwaukee versus Oakland. In the Northeast, Wagner versus Merrimack. In the West Coast Conference, both of these teams will go to the NCAA tournament regardless of what happens tonight. It's number 17 Gonzaga against number 21 St. Mary's. And in the Summit, it is Denver versus South Dakota State for the automatic bid. Again, here in Kansas City, West Virginia leads Cincinnati at the half, 38-36. First half stats when we continue. You're listening to the Big 12 Tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
My Skyline order has always been the same. 3 cheese conies, no onion, no mustard. But the other day, a friend got me to try one with everything on it. It was amazing. That little dash of mustard and the snap of those diced onions just blew me away. I didn't know what I was missing. From now on, when I go to Skyline, it's 3 cheese conies all the way, with the side of chili cheese fries. How do you like your Skyline conies? Feeling good. It's Skyline time.
Hi, this is Trevor Jones with Robert Jones Plumbing, the world's friendliest plumbers. No job is too big or too small, whether it's a remodel, water leaking, or drains backed up. Give us a call at 513-353-2230. That's Robert Jones Plumbing, 513-353-2230.
Now you can terminate your loan or lease early regardless of make or model with the Loan and Lease Termination Program at Kelsey Chevrolet. Escape excessive mileage and remaining payments and get a new Chevrolet for as little as $0 down. Together, let's drive at KelseyChev.com.
Looking to earn more with your checking account? Kemba has the answer. Get Green Checking pays you up to $45 a month. It's as simple as using your debit card, viewing e-statements, and logging into online or mobile banking. Open your account today and earn up to $45 a month with Kemba. For details and qualifications, visit Kemba.com. That's KEMBA.com. APY equals annual percentage yield. Monthly example based on earning 4% APY on a daily balance of $15,000 throughout a 28-day qualification cycle and meeting all qualifications. Rate subject to change. Insured by NCUA.
700 WLW.
West Virginia up by 2 at the half, 38-36. Let's take a look at some first half stats brought to you by Skyline Chili, the official chili of Bearcat basketball. Feeling good. It's Skyline time. West Virginia shot 52%, 51.9 to be exact in the first half. Cincinnati 42%. Big difference, three-point shooting, 60% for the Mountaineers, 31.6 for the Bearcats.
Yeah, we've had some clunkers. You know, we had Day-Day missed 2 of those. No, sorry, not Day-Day, but Jizzle missed 2 of those. Josh Reed airballed 3 of them. We just haven't had the looks that we needed to. Thank God Day-Day Thomas, 4 or 5 from downtown, and that was unexpected.
Day-Day Thomas in Big 12 play this year, 11 out of 55 coming into the game. That is 20%. But he's had a couple of good three-point shooting performances against West Virginia. This, obviously the best, 4 for 5 so far to help the Bearcats hang in there down by 2, 38-36. Bearcats jumped out to a 7-point lead. They were on top 16-9 with about 13:30 left in the half and got outscored 29-20 the rest of the way. Cincinnati has out-rebounded West Virginia 19-16, only 1 offensive rebound for the Mountaineers thus far. Turnovers are even at 5 apiece. And after crushing West Virginia in points in the paint on Sunday, scoring 48 points in the paint, that stat is even so far today.
Yes, it is. But, Dan, I'm more concerned about the foul trouble. John Newman has 2. Jamil Reynolds has 2. Aziz Bendago has 2. These are 3 very important pieces of what you do, what you like to put together on this team defensively and offensively down on the block. We have not got a chance to establish ourselves other than the roll to the rim with our bigs. We need to establish Jamil Reynolds down low, and then John Newman must attack offensively, because if he's not being able to stop Battle, then put the pressure back on Battle, who also has 2 fouls. Put the pressure on him to stop him.
A couple of West Virginia players also have 2 fouls, and they are the 2 guys who have done most of the damage for the Mountaineers today. Raekwon Battle, who had 12 points in the first half, 2 for 3 from outside the arc, and Quinn Slazinski, who had 11 points in the first half, including 3 for 4 from outside the arc. Again, the halftime score, 38-36. The Mountaineers lead the Bearcats. You've been listening to the R&L Carriers Halftime Report, presented by R&L Carriers, partner with a family-owned LTL provider at RLC.com. Back with the second half in a moment on 700 WLW.
My Skyline order has always been the same. 3 cheese conies, no onion, no mustard. But the other day, a friend got me to try one with everything on it. It was amazing. That little dash of mustard and the snap of those diced onions just blew me away. I didn't know what I was missing. From now on, when I go to Skyline, it's 3 cheese conies all the way, with a side of chili cheese fries. How do you like your Skyline conies? Feeling good. It's Skyline time.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese.
Lunch is ready.
He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Family owned and operated, R&L Carriers prides itself on quality customer service. With a nationwide network of service centers, our team works for you and your business, guiding freight across the U.S. and Canada. Speak with a representative to learn more about the company's guaranteed expedited and liftgate services. Our experts will take the time to create a custom shipping solution to fit your individual needs. Connect with us at rlc.com. One call, one carrier. R&L Carriers.
News Radio 700 WLW.
Well, the Bearcats were favored by 9.5 today. They're down by 2 at the half to West Virginia, 38-36. These two teams have had very different seasons. When Cincinnati has lost in the Big 12, the games, by and large, were nail-biters. They've got 8 losses by 5 or fewer points. Their average margin of defeat in 11 league losses, just 5.8. West Virginia, on the other hand, they've got 14 league losses, and 11 out of 14 were by double digits. The average margin of the 14 West Virginia losses, 16.2 points, including 36-point losses to Cincinnati and Texas and a 34-point loss to Houston. But if you allow them to hang in there, they can pull off the upset. They've got wins over Kansas and Texas and Cincinnati and UCF, and the Mountaineers are hanging in there today.
Yeah, they're not, as you mentioned, devoid of talent. They have it. They just haven't put it all together. And when I talked to Jamar Johnson, he said there's been a lot of selfish play. And so guys are trying to get numbers, they're trying to get their value up for NIL or whatever the case may be. They got to lock in. And the Bearcats also have to lock in. The Bearcats are just giving up too much in transition. They're not matching up in the half court. They started out great, but then they start taking bad shots, and those bad shots accumulate over and over and over. Next thing you know, you've been up and down the floor 5 or 6 times, and you haven't made a basket.
Following Saturday's 36-point Bearcat blowout, West Virginia's interim head coach, Josh Eilert, said the following: "If we don't have a bad taste in our mouth and don't compete at the highest level in the rematch, then we have to look in the mirror and figure out if you really want to play the game of basketball." So his team has responded to that, playing harder and playing better today. And as a result, West Virginia very much in the game, on top by 2 at the half.
He might only be an interim, but he's starting to learn the mind game. You got to talk to your guys through the media and really challenge them mentally to say, do you really want this?
Now, Saturday's game was close at the half. Cincinnati led by 7. And then in the second half, it was 56-27 in favor of the Bearcats. So we'll see if they can dominate the final 20 minutes today. It's going to be West Virginia's ball to begin the second half. Cincinnati won the opening tap, and there were no tie-ups in the first half. Quinn Slazinski made 3 threes in the first half, and he will inbound the ball to Kerr Kriisa to get the second half underway. Cincinnati has its starting 5 on the floor, including 2 players with 2 fouls, Newman and Bandego. Slazinski and Battle have 2 fouls for the Mountaineers, and the second half is underway here in Kansas City. Kerr Kriisa has it in the front court, just past center court, guarded tightly by Day Thomas, dribbles toward the right point, floats it into the corner for Kobe Johnson, passes up top for Battle. Battle isolated against Skillings, over the shoulder pass into the corner, Kriisa for 3, count it.
Kept it high, almost like D'Angelo Russell. Threw it high, kept it high, shot it high.
West Virginia is 7 for 11 from outside the arc. Lukosius for 3, and he answers
right back
for Cincinnati. 41-39, West Virginia by 2 as each team opens the second half with a 3-point bucket. And now Cincinnati fouls a 3-point shooter. Kerr Kriisa about to launch a quick 3, and Day Thomas collided for the foul.
Yeah, Day ran into the screen, did a 360 turn because Kriisa pulled up for the jump shot, and as he went to block it, he turned and boxed him out in the air.
Kerr Kriisa, a 76% free throw shooter. His first one is up. It is good. West Virginia leads by 3. The Bearcats did that 4 times in a stretch of less than 5 minutes. On the road in their last regular season road game at Oklahoma. Second free throw up and in for Kriisa. They can do it once today. They better not do it again. Kriisa's third foul shot. He makes all 3. Oklahoma made all 12 under those circumstances. West Virginia has its biggest lead, 44-39. Day Thomas dribbles past center court, hands it off for Newman. Now Thomas in front of the Bearcat bench, dribbling near the top of the circle. Lukosius catches, floats it down low for Bandego, and Edwards goes over his back and gets called for a foul.
It's a good job trying to go to him, whether he gets the basket or not. Picked up another foul.
Second on Jesse Edwards. Cincinnati will throw it in from the baseline. Lukosius handed the ball. Passes into the corner for Skillings. Now Day Thomas inside the three-point line. Up top for Newman. John driving into the lane. Gets tied up by Kriisa. Cincinnati will get the ball. John Newman has not played well today.
No, but he does that a lot. He dribbles right into the teeth of the defense instead of stopping a dribble before and kicking it to the corner.
That does not reset the shot clock, so the Bearcats have 12 seconds to shoot. Lukosius lobs it in. Newman toes on the three-point line. Passes for Skillings. 7 to shoot. Dan driving to the basket. Shot no good. Bandego got a rebound and had his shot blocked by the much shorter Raekwon Battle. Here's an alley-oop for Edwards. Catches under the hoop. Bank shot good. West Virginia by 7. 46-39. Lukosius for 3. Missed it. Offensive rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Bandego, and he gets called for a foul. His third.
So now we're in danger. He's giving the thumb up like, I'm okay. Wes Miller is looking like, okay, no, we got to get him out of here. What are we doing?
Reynolds will check in. Bandego will come out. West Virginia has gone from 7 down to 7 ahead with 18:34 to go.
In his danger zone because we don't have depth now at the big man position.
Kerr dribbles into the front court, passes for Raekwon Battle. Hands it off for Slazinski. To the top of the circle, and Edwards holds it over his head and gives it up for Kerr. Kriisa, alley-oop, and another foul called on Cincinnati. Reynolds collided with Edwards. That's number 3 on Jamil.
The Bearcats got to go into a zone. That's the reason that you need a 2-3 zone to limit the movement of the big man around the middle so he's not dominating you. You don't go zone, now you go man-to-man, and you're just getting in more foul trouble.
Here's Kriisa, fakes a 2-point jumper, passes to Slazinski, gets Lukosius in the air, drives right to the hoop, puts it in. West Virginia by 9, and Slazinski sticks out his tongue after that basket, makes it 48-39. So Slazinski up to 13 points in the game. Here's Reynolds. Mid-post area against Edwards, shoots a lefty fall away that's no good, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds by West Virginia.
I just don't like that. Like, get to the middle, turn around, shoot over your left shoulder, put that right-hand hook off the glass.
Second half score 10-3, West Virginia. Lukosius will throw it in from the baseline. 20 on the shot clock for Cincinnati. Into the corner for Day Thomas. Kriisa trying to swat it away. Now Lukosius between the circles. Passes for Newman. He'll shoot a 3. Banks it in. Cincinnati gets lucky, and the Bearcats trail 48-42.
We're not in fifth third, but online banking still works, Dan.
That's the first basket of the game for John Newman. Here's Edwards backing down Reynolds. The ball was knocked out of bounds by a help defender, Newman. And West Virginia will throw it in from the baseline.
Yeah, they're going to have to start double-teaming every time that Jesse Edwards catches the ball.
48-42, Mountaineers. Kriisa will inbound for West Virginia. Into the corner. Battle drives by Skillings, shoots over Reynolds and scores.
He's caught it, wiped it, went right by Dan Skillings.
50-42. West Virginia up by 8. 17-17 to go. Day Thomas dribbling past the center court stripe. Reynolds sets a screen. Day driving toward the bucket. His running floater, no good. Rebound tip toward the corner, and it goes out. No, it's saved inbounds by West Virginia, but right to Cincinnati. Bearcats have the ball. Day Thomas thinking about a 3. He shoots it.
Way off.
Air ball rebounded by West Virginia. 50-42, Mountaineers. West Virginia dominating the second half. Kriisa has it in the front court. Edwards sets a screen. Now it's thrown under the basket for Edwards. Lays it up, lays it in.
And they are picking this defense apart of the Bearcats.
Wes Miller calls a timeout. His team trails by 10. We'll take a break. 16 minutes and 36 seconds to go. West Virginia 52, Cincinnati 42. This is the Big 12 tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota, like the powerful new Tundra 4x4 with the best resale value in its class. Now through April 1st, get APR financing as low as 2.25% on a new 24 Tundra. Up to $1,500 customer cash depending on model. Or you can get a great lease deal with approved credit through TFS. Plus get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places.
Success is often determined by how well you plan and prepare for life's biggest moments. It's the confidence that comes from knowing you and your loved ones are protected for generations. You can rest assured knowing you've made the right choice, placing your trust in Western and Southern. From life insurance to retirement and investments, Western and Southern helps provide the peace of mind you need so you can be in the moment with the ones you love. Visit westernsouthern.com/rest assured to get started today.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese.
Lunch is ready.
He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
700 WLW.
Well, for the most part, Bearcats have been a pretty good defensive team this season, but not today. West Virginia 5 for 5 in the second half, and going back to the first half, the Mountaineers have made 11 of their last 12 shots, and it's not been a high degree of difficulty.
Yeah, you can't win one way in the Big 12. The coaches are too good. The adjustments are made. The players are too good. You have to be able to have multiple looks defensively to throw off, if not for just a couple possessions, just to disrupt the timing of it and maybe get a basket or two out of it to quiet this storm here. But playing man-to-man when your bigs are in foul trouble, both of your bigs have 3 fouls apiece. Victor Larkin's not playing. You're not going to put in anybody else other than those two. So you have to play them through some of this stuff, some of the bad stuff. And then I just don't like it because West Virginia's coming down, they're playing pick and roll, they're throwing down to the block, and they're not getting rotations. Jamil Reynolds is not your defensive player in this lineup. He's an offensive player. So you got to get him going offensively to put the pressure on Jesse Edwards to defend him. If you just have Jamil Reynolds out there just floating around, then you're losing.
Jesse Edwards has taken 5 shots today. He's made all 5. It's my belief they've all been layups and dunks.
Yeah, so Jamil Reynolds, you have him in the game, don't expect him to come up with great defensive stops. He'll get you rebounds. He may block a shot every once in a while. Only has 8 of those on the season. But other than that, I got to get him going offensively.
Cincinnati has the ball down by 10. 52-42. Jizzle James checked in during the timeout. Skillings catches at the left point. Dribbles toward the middle of the floor outside the arc. Now Lukosius. Passes on the wing. Newman drives to the low block. Offensive foul called on John.
And that's 3 on John Newman. So now we're in serious foul trouble.
3 on Newman, 3 on Bandego, 3 on Reynolds. Kirk Kriisa will dribble the ball up the floor for the Mountaineers, trying to advance to a round 2 game against Kansas, a team with serious injury problems. The Bearcats go to a 2-3 zone. You were calling for it, Terry.
Yes.
See if it works. Cincinnati down by 10. Battle into the corner. Slazinski guarded by Newman, playing with 3 fouls. Now Kriisa, touch pass for Kobe Johnson. Johnson back to Kriisa, fakes the 3, passes to Slazinski. 2-point jump shot, missed it. First miss of the second half for West Virginia. The zone worked. Cincinnati with the ball down by 10. Jizzle James outside the arc, defended by Kirk Kriisa. Puts it on the deck with the left hand. Now driving with the right hand, and a foul will be called on Kriisa. And that takes us to the under 16-minute timeout. West Virginia 52, Cincinnati 42. You're listening to the Big 12 Tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Hello, folks. It's the Cowboy. Looking for the perfect venue for your next gathering? Let Montgomery Inn host your next special event. Whether you're planning a dinner party, a business luncheon, or a corporate gathering, let Montgomery Inn make your event extraordinary. They have an array of private dining rooms that offer a unique dining experience with a wide range of group dining accommodations designed to meet your every need and make each event memorable. Visit MontgomeryInn.com to learn more.
Do you worry about your basement leaking every time it rains? Well, get it fixed permanently. Hey, Gary Sullivan here. Call EverDry Waterproofing today and stop worrying about your basement and start using it. Call EverDry Waterproofing for a free basement inspection today.
Hi, this is Trevor Jones with Robert Jones Plumbing, the world's friendliest plumbers. No job is too big or too small, whether it's a remodel, water leaking, or drains backed up. Give us a call at 513-353-2230. That's Robert Jones Plumbing, 513-353-2230.
What does it mean to be boundless? At UC Health, it's going places no one else has gone. Connecting research, clinical trials, care teams, and ongoing wellness, and being the leader at every turn. It's turning anguish into answers, barriers into breakthroughs, reimagining recovery so you can live life to the fullest. Because we're boundless, so are you. Discover more at uchealth.com.
This is 700 WLW, the home of the UC Bearcats.
Bearcats have 4 wins this year where they trailed by 10 or more points. They're going to have to try to make it 5 today. They're down by 10, 52-42 with 15 minutes and 41 seconds to go.
Well, they've proven they can eat deficits away pretty quickly. They changed defense. They got to stop out of it. Will they continue to do it? I hope they do. And they have to be more mindful of how they play the zone up top because they're pulling the guys up by the free throw line area in order to kick it to the corners for deep three. So we don't want Jamil Reynolds running out there trying to block the shot. Stay home, because if he goes out there, he runs into a guy or they go past him and they bump him and he picks up a 4th foul, it's not worth it. So keep him in the middle. Make sure that they stay flat defensively. Keep those wings out there and keep Newman from getting in foul trouble as well because he's important to this.
In Saturday's game in Cincinnati, West Virginia scored a total of 56 points. The Mountaineers have 52 with more than 15 minutes to go today. It'll be the Bearcats' ball in the front court with 20 on the shot clock coming out of the timeout.
Well, then where are we getting offense from? Is Seamoss. He has 8 points. He's got to be aggressive. Jizzle James normally gives you a spurt right about this time of the game between that 15 and 8-minute mark. That 7-minute stretch is normally when he takes off.
Newman will throw it in for Cincinnati. He's handed the ball near the hash mark and throws it in for Jizzle James near center court. Cincinnati down 10, 52-42, 15 and a half minutes to go. Reynolds inside the three-point line. Passes for James outside the arc left. Jizzle, left hand drive inside the three-point line. Dangerous pass. Could have been picked off by Battle. Skillings has it, drives toward the bucket. Impossible shot, no good. Offensive rebound, Reynolds gathers himself, throws it out to Jizzle James. Shot clock reset. Jizzle drives and has the ball taken away by Kirk Risa. West Virginia has the ball up by 10 with 15:05 to go. Kobe Johnson licking his fingertips as he dribbles near the center court stripe. Skillings defends. Johnson outside the arc left, hands it off for Krisa. Jizzle James on him. Krisa driving, stops. Now it's Slazinski, right back to Krisa with 6 to shoot. He's way outside the arc. Krisa, off-balance 3, hits the backboard, not the rim, rebounded by Reynolds. Good defense by Cincinnati there. Jizzle James driving toward the basket. Obvious foul on West Virginia.
And that's what Jizzle does. He comes in transition, and he's always looking for the quick transition bucket. That's what makes him good in transition. It's the half court that he's been struggling with.
Raekwon Battle called for his 3rd foul. 3 subs are going to check in for West Virginia. They haven't changed personnel in the second half in about 5.5 minutes. James puts up the first free throw, and Jizzle makes it. He has 3 points in the game. A Cook comes in. Josiah Harris checks in, as does Seth Wilson. Jesse Edwards, Raekwon Battle, and Quinn Slazinski come out. See if the Bearcats can capitalize on this substitution. Day Thomas back in, and John Newman will exit for Cincinnati. Bearcats trail by 9. Jizzle James has another foul shot coming. 4 hard dribbles. Now the foul shot. It is good. Jizzle makes them both. Cincinnati trails 52-44. Kobe Johnson dribbles into the front court, goes by Skillings, passes for a cook at the top of the circle. Backward handoff for Kobe Johnson. Johnson crossover dribble, tries to spin by Skillings, floats it off the glass and in.
Why did they come out of the zone?
West Virginia back up by 10. Here's Jizzle James outside the arc. He's going to shoot a three-point shot. It is around the rim, no good. And the ball goes out of bounds off West Virginia. Jizzle is 0 for 4 on his three-point attempts today. 14:04 left, West Virginia by 10. That's been the Mountaineers' biggest lead. Cincinnati getting organized. 4 players near the free throw line as Jizzle James gets ready to throw it in. Jizzle inbounds into the corner for Day Thomas, gets double teamed, throws it to Skillings, three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Harris. Bearcats are 8 for 24 from outside the arc. Make that 8 for 25, 32%. West Virginia is 7 for 12. Mountaineers up by 10. Seth Wilson driving to the free throw line, drives to the hoop, lays it up and in over Jizzle James.
Yep, and Jamil Reynolds, who's scared to block the shot. Not that he would go for the block, but he has 3 fouls.
Biggest lead for West Virginia, 56-44. Cincinnati's defense has not been good today.
Let them down.
Day Thomas dribbling outside the arc. He's going to shoot a three-point shot. In and out, no good. Another miss for Cincinnati. West Virginia's ball up by 12. Kirk Creesa, three-point shot. He doesn't miss, and the Mountaineers are kicking tail.
It's got to be a different adjustment here for the Bearcats.
A 15-point lead for a 9.5-point underdog. 59-44 is the score. Lukosius near the top of the key. Harris with a forearm in his chest. Seamas splits 2 defenders, feeds it to Reynolds, spins, puts up a hook, and scores.
They got to force some action here defensively. They're going back to the zone now.
59-46, West Virginia by 13. The Bearcats will try the 2-3. Kobe Johnson dribbling on the center court logo. Gives it up to Creesa, right back to Kobe Johnson. Now Seth Harris. Into the short corner and a cook. Up top for Creesa, swings it left. In the corner, Harris, wide open 3, bullseye.
I mean, come on. He dropped the ball, rubbed it around in his hand. There was still nobody in his face. He shot a wide open 3. Dan Skillings is looking, but does not react.
West Virginia, 9 for 14 from outside the arc. That is 64%. Wes Miller calls a timeout, and we'll take a break with 12 minutes and 24 seconds to go. It has been ugly for the Bearcats since about 13:30 left in the first half. Cincinnati led by 7 then. The Bearcats trail by 16 now. 62-46 is the score. This is the Big 12 tournament presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota, like the family-size Highlander. Now through April 1st, get a new 24 Highlander with 4.75 APR financing, or 5.75 on an electrified Highlander hybrid, or get up to $1,000 APR cash on the new Grand Highlander, depending on model, when financed with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places.
There's something very dangerous in your home. It could be hiding in a closet or waiting in the basement. It's not sharp or toxic or flammable, yet it helps send more people to the trauma center than any other household item.
Hey, hon, do me a favor and hold the ladder for me.
I have a better idea. Let's just call somebody to clean the gutters.
To scoop out a few leaves? I'll be down in a heartbeat. Whoa!
No!
Using a ladder might seem easy. Misusing one is even easier. Ask any of the 150,000 people who fell off their ladders into the trauma center last year alone. Don't let a do-it-yourself project do yourself in. For tips on ladder safety, visit orthoinfo.org, a public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep your bones safe, strong, and well-connected.
News Radio 700 WLW.
Second half, West Virginia shooting just under 82%.